It's temporary. The boom of what we seek as performers and entertainers is temporary until we get to that point, and then it's what's the next thing that's gonna drive us. I have a passion for it, and everyone I've met in entertainment, they seem like they're a kid at heart versus like a guy that has to clock in for a job, and I would much rather live my life like that and always feel like I have more to progress or more to do. I mean, Dunham just turned 60 and he's got like what 10 specials or something crazy out. And he's working on his next one and he's doing another puppet and like he could retire, but there's something that keeps him going and there's the love of the craft and then also like, you know. So have I stepped back to see my own progress through like being a shy 6-year-old kid with a puppet? Yes. Do I allow it to define me a little bit because it's what pushes me to be more outgoing, and I constantly feel like I have to prove myself to myself, and so I've already got like a tour name lined up and like the name of my first special, and I've always like created stuff and had like the final vision for things, and I love being part of that, and it's always pushed me. Jim Carrey even said something in a recent interview about how he's like, there's being like the Jim Carrey that people see, and then there's just like Jim Carrey. And it was like he said, there's Jim Carrey, and then there's Jim Carrey. And it was an interesting way of saying it. But yeah, because you become when you're online or when you're in the limelight, you become a name, and that name has to be defined by what you put out there. And so I don't know. I have a lot more I'm a lot more outgoing and joking, and I'm trying to be more of myself, and then I also have puppets, which a lot of ventriloquists aren't, they're just a straight man, but I'd like to be able to joke, like, like, if I have a certain puppet say something, I'd like to be able to answer that without it being, like, a canned response, or without it seeming too, like, written and more in my character. And I've gotten comfortable in that. I still do live streams. I'll do live streams just by myself without puppets, and it pisses people off because they tune in there, they want to see the puppets. But I have some people that enjoy it, and they're like, "This is neat because we get to just see you talk about what you're working on." So there's the on stage Landon or the on screen Landon, and then there's the Landon that I've always been as a kid. Just like I remember I made like a sleigh, like Santa's sleigh out of pillows, and I was like 5, and my parents were like, "This is weird," and he's like, "It's cool that he's doing this," and I've always like had the final idea, and I edit all my own content, and I come up with my ideas, and I write a lot of my own stuff. Um, so that's just kind of what it is now. Is it's like the sliver with most performers, the sliver that you see on stage is nothing compared to all the work they do behind the scenes. But I overthink everything, which holds me back at times. But I also want to put out something that I'm proud of years later, knowing where I was at that time, and being able to cringe a little bit, but also go, okay, you know what, that was awesome, and he's come a long way.